especially to the teachers that are so willing to bring their classes here today. We welcome you to Side Talks. Now, Side Talks is an event much like the widely acclaimed TED Talks, which is where remarkable individuals are given the opportunity to share an idea, an issue, a passion, something that they believe deserves attention, share it with an audience. And we, the Lights on Trafficking team, we believe that the IHS students deserve that same opportunity. And Side Talks stands for Share, Inspire, Discover, and Educate. And we, along with our amazing speakers today, we hope to accomplish all four. To share our passions, to inspire all of you here today, to discover the unknown and educate not just ourselves, but to take something from today and educate the world around you. So to kick off this event, we're going to have a speaker who will share her accounts on anxiety. So please welcome Michelle Nguyen.
There are days when my own dad looks at me in disgust, as if every wrinkle in the sheet is a shape of my cold feet and shaking hands. I am terrified of green lights because it means having to control a wrinkle when my own body is enough to handle just for one day. I'm awake enough at 6 a.m. anyways, because the weight of all my mistakes is something that I want to rupture my eardrums, stop listening to. At dawn, I concentrate on my own breathing, because it's the only thing that's never walked down my life. But every puff, every exhale is a reminder of the time I had to puff into a bag during 5th grade, when my heartbeat was a train I could not derail from its tracks. There are icicles inside my chest cavity that freeze a little harder every time I step into a packed room. The only way to thaw them is by leaving. No one will ever know how many times I slave over and over an event after it's happened. Like Orion crosses the skies every night, always moving from one patch of stars to another. There are certain avalanches that can never compare to the shaking of my hands whenever I meet someone new, or the cross-country race of my heart whenever I'm simply invited to a party. Inside my bones, inscribed within my marrow, I swear there are instructions on how to avoid social disaster, how to avoid making a fool of yourself, how to not enter awkward conversations. Avoidance is written within my DNA. I don't need another pill on top of the ones already taken. Xanax, Klonopin, lorazepam, the names sound exotic and beautiful, like the ones that my Indian neighbors were introduced with at our neighborhood block party. Seconds before I fled the room in terror of having to meet and shake hands with strangers I'd only seen for 4 seconds. Drinking anything hot is an excuse to hurt myself, to let it burn down my throat like a ring of diamonds, in punishment for the eye contact I did not make with the pizza delivery man after my mother forced me to be the one to open the door and pay. Even now, I hate anything with pepperoni on it. I wish my voice sung more than it whispered or mumbled. I wish all of this anxiety were a darkness that I could learn to see through, that my eyes could adjust to, rather than some never-ending night with no electricity. No northern star to guide me, as the old sailors had once traveled. Caffeine is just another thing to depend upon, another comfort zone to hide inside of, like a circus ring, except I'm not even the ringmaster. It's another daily routine I'm too afraid of breaking. My spine is pulled taut like an arrow, bent under the weight of so many stifling habits. I'm Starbucks' first customer. Now, whenever someone asks me whether I prefer decaf or regular, the answer regular flies out my mouth before I even have a chance to process the action. But regular is a synonym for normal, and that's all I've ever wanted to be. Thank you.
Something that's not easy. to notice the stresses and the anxiety behind each and every person around you. So thank you, Michelle, so much for that very eye-opening presentation. Next up, we have someone who will be talking about words to live by and his own interpretations behind motivation. So please give a warm welcome to Justin Wiltron.
Hey guys. Hey Nico. Alright. For this story, I have to take you back to February 14th, 2014. It was the first time that I ever went out on a Valentine's Day date, and it was really fun, but the only bad part about that day was that I had no ride home. So that meant a nighttime bus ride adventure with Justin. And it took me forever to try to find my bus stop in the maze that is Santana Road. And eventually, I thought I had found it. I sit down, my phone's dead, I'm completely alone. This girl walks past me, sits down to my right, but she's listening to her iPhone, so there's nothing to pay attention there. Suddenly, this one guy rounds the corner, and he comes to the bus stop, walking his bike. He sits down, pulls out some old beefy crunch burritos from Taco Bell. He eats. Really fast. He gets a phone call from a wrong number. It takes him about 5 minutes to explain to this guy that it's the wrong number. It must be weird. I don't know. Something about that guy. He puts his phone down, he looks at me, and he's like, what are you doing? I tell him what I had gone through that day. I told him this is my only way to get home. He says, great. I asked him, what about you? What'd you do today? I assumed he'd have a great story like me. He's like, nah. He tells me that his girlfriend broke up with him that morning. She kicked him out of their apartment. He'd been roaming the city, trying to enjoy himself. That's what got him there. I just thought, ouch. Poor guy. And I didn't want to say that to him, but I was like, that's really bad, dude. And he's like, yeah, it is.